Hi everyone, welcome to the session of ECA, Electronic Circuit Analysis. So in this class, we will learn about the analysis of Wien bridge oscillator. So that means what is the frequency of oscillation, what is the feedback network gain, what is the basic amplifier gain. So how the Barkhausen criteria conditions satisfy. So we will discuss all these topics in this class. So in previous session, we have covered that is what is meant by oscillator, what type, that means how many types of oscillators are there, what is Barkhausen criteria, and what is that means frequency of oscillation of RC phase shift oscillator, as well as the gain of oscillator. So these topics we have covered up to last session. So now we will see that the analysis of Wien bridge oscillator. So this is another type of RC oscillator. So RC oscillator means we know we have some resistors and capacitors in the feedback network. So if you use some resistors and capacitors in the feedback network, then those type of oscillators are called RC oscillators. So this is also one of the RC oscillators. Okay. And next, this is popular for the audio frequency. That means it is an audio frequency oscillator. And it is mostly used because of its features. That means here we have some features like free of circuit fluctuations, free of ambient temperature. That means fluctuations. That means fluctuations in the circuit is very low, and the variation with the temperature, with the ambient temperature, is also very low. So that's why most of the applications uses Wien bridge oscillator. Okay, this is one type of audio frequency oscillator. The main advantage of this oscillator is that the frequency can be varied from 10 Hz to 1 MHz. We can change the frequency. We can operate the oscillator within the frequency, that is 10 Hz to 1 MHz. So this is one of the advantage of this oscillator. So mainly this circuit consists of two-stage RC coupled amplifier, which produces the phase shift of 360 degrees or 0 degrees. So if you observe the figure, we have two stages. This is first stage and this is second stage. Okay. So the first stage output is given as input to the second stage by using resistors and capacitors. So that means here we are using RC coupling and we are cascading two stages. So that's why this is a two-stage RC coupled amplifier. And because of these two stages, we have 360 degrees phase shift. So what is Barkhausen criteria? So one of the condition in Barkhausen criteria is the phase shift around the closed loop must be 360 degrees. Okay. So in order to achieve that phase shift, that means in order to get the 360 degrees phase shift, here we are using two transistors, that is CE transistors. So one transistor, that is here we are using CE transistors, common emitter transistor. It provides 180 degrees phase shift, we know, and as well as we are using another transistor, and this will provide another 180 degrees phase shift. So totally we can get 360 degrees phase shift, 180 plus 180. So by the use of two-stage RC coupled amplifier, we have 360 degrees phase shift. Okay. So next, a balancer bridge is used as the feedback network, which has no need to provide any additional phase shift. So if you observe the circuit, here we have a bridge. This is called a balancer bridge because this is balanced. So here this bridge acts as a feedback network. Okay. So from the circuit, the two-stage RC coupled amplifier acts as a basic amplifier and the balanced bridge acts as the feedback network. So here the basic amplifier provides 360 degrees phase shift and the feedback network need not to provide any additional phase shift because all the phase shift is provided by this basic amplifier only. Okay. So there is no need to provide any additional phase shift by the feedback network, but that means by this network. Okay. And next, the feedback network consists of lead lag network and the voltage divider. So here we have the lead lag network and voltage divider. So here R1 C1 R2 C2. This combination is called lead lag network, and R3 and R4 combination is called voltage divider. So feedback network consists of lead lag network and voltage divider network. Okay, and the leading network provides the positive feedback to the input of first stage, and voltage divider provide negative feedback to the input. So here the feedback, that means here this is the feedback network, and the feedback, this is output. So here from the output the signal is coming to the feedback network, and from the feedback network the signal is goes that means the signal from the feedback network passes to the basic amplifier, that is two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Okay, this is the path from the output to the feedback network, again from the feedback network to the basic amplifier. Okay, next. So coming to the analysis part, how we are finding the frequency of oscillation. So that is F value. What is frequency of oscillation? So the frequency at which we can get some oscillations, or at the frequency at which we can get some output, that is known as frequency of oscillation. So when we get that frequency, so when the Barkhausen criteria is satisfied, then we can get that frequency. That means we can get the output. Okay. So for the Wien-Bridge oscillator, what is that frequency? We have to find the value, and next we have to find the beta value, that is feedback network gain also. Okay, by the value of beta we can also say the value of A, that is basic amplifier gain. And if the condition is satisfied, that is Barkhausen criteria, then we can get the output. Okay, so this is about Wien-Bridge oscillator. So this is the main circuit of the Wien-Bridge oscillator, because here we are using some bridge. Here this circuit is known as Wien-Bridge oscillator. The circuit consists of mainly the basic amplifier. Basic amplifier means two-stage RC coupled amplifier, and the feedback. Basic amplifier provides 360 degrees phase shift because it consists of two CE states. Each CE transistor provides 180 degrees. So 180 plus 180, we can get totally 360 degrees phase shift from the basic amplifier only. So because of 360 degrees phase shift, which is provided by the basic amplifier, there is no need to provide any additional phase shift by the feedback network. Okay, so this is the construction of bridge oscillator. And coming to the analysis, so let us consider the bridge is balanced. So the bridge is balanced. So we know the condition if the bridge is balanced. So what is the condition? If you have some PQRS. So this is P, this terminal impedance, let us consider that one is P, and this one is Q, this one is R, this one is S. P, Q, R, S. If the bridge is balanced, then the condition is P by Q is equal to R by S. So P by Q is equal to R by S. Okay. So P by Q means P is this terminal impedance. R is this terminal impedance. Okay. PQ, RS. RS. So what is P value? So here in this terminal we have two impedances. One is resistance, another one is capacitance. Here these two impedances are connected in series. So the total impedance becomes R1 plus 1 by j omega C1. R1 plus 1 by j omega C1. This is P value by Q. So Q means this terminal impedance. So here these two impedances are connected in parallel. So that is R2 in parallel with 1 by j omega C2. 1 by j omega C2 is the reactance. Okay. So Q is equal to the parallel combination of R2 parallel 1 by j omega C2. That is R2 into 1 by j omega C2 by R2 plus 1 by j omega C2. This represents Q value, parallel combination of R2 and 1 by j omega C2. So this is P by Q value is equal to R by S. R by S means here in this terminal we have R3. Okay, R3 by R. So that is R3 by R. So P by Q is equal to R by S. And next, if you simplify the equation, so if you take the LCM 1 by j omega C1, at the numerator we have j omega C1 into R1 plus 1 by, at the denominator, if you take the LCM, that is R2 by j omega C2 by, so that is if the LCM, if you take the LCM in the denominator itself, so that is 1 plus j omega R2 C2 plus 1 by j omega C2. So j omega C2 will be cancelled here, and we have 1 plus j omega R1 C1 by j omega C1 by R2 by 1 plus j omega R2 C2. So 1 plus j omega R1 C1 by j omega C1 by R2 by 1 plus j omega R2 C2. Okay. So here just we are simplifying the equation. And next, R3 by R4 is equal to, from this equation, R3 by R4 equal to 1 plus j omega R1 C1 by j omega C1 into 1 plus j omega R2 C2 by R. So that is, we have j omega R2, here we are cross multiplying the terms. So that is j omega R2 C1 into R3 is equal to R4 into 1 plus j omega R1 C1 into 1 plus j omega R2 C2. So that is j omega R2 R3 C1 is equal to R4 into, so the product of these two terms, that is 1 plus j omega R2 C2 plus 1 j omega R1 C1 plus and plus j omega R1 C1 plus j omega R2 C2, j square. J square is minus 1 and omega square R1 R2 C1 C2. Okay. Next. So finally we can get the equation, that is j omega R2 R3 into C1 is equal to R4 plus j omega R2 R2 C2 plus j omega R1 R4 C1 minus omega square R1 R2 R4 C1 C2. Okay. So here to find out the frequency of oscillation F value, here we are making the real terms on both sides. Here we are equal. That means we are, by making real parts equal on both sides, we are making both sides real parts. That means here we have no real term because this is imaginary term. So that is 0 is equal to, we are equating the real terms. So here there is no real term, that is 0 is equal to, here we have real term R4. This is imaginary term. So skip this one. This is also imaginary. Skip. So this is real term. So minus omega square R1 R2 R4 C1. So these two terms are real terms. In the right hand side, here we have no real term, that is 0. Okay. So 0 equal to R4 is common for these, from these two terms. So that is R4 into 1 minus omega square R1 R2 C1 C. That is 1 is equal to omega square R1 R2 C1 C. So omega square is equal to 1 by R1 R2 C1 C. So omega is equal to 1 by square root of R1 R2 C1 C. What is omega? Omega is 2 pi. So 2 pi f equal to 1 by square root of R1 R2 C1 C. So that is f is equal to 1 by 2 pi R1 R2 C1 C. So here let us consider the resistances which we are taking, that is R1 and R2 are equal. That is equal to same resistance, that is R. Similarly, capacitances are also equal. Okay, so that is C1 equal to C2 equal to C. So if you take in place of R1 and R2 as R and in place of C1 and C2 as C, then we have 1 by 2 pi square root of R square and C square. That is f is equal to 1 by 2 pi R. So this is the frequency of oscillation for the Wien Gibbs oscillator. So at this frequency, we can get the output. Okay. So that means at this frequency, condition is satisfied, Barkhouse criteria. So next one is finding the feedback network gain or determining the feedback network gain, that is beta. So feedback network gain means feedback network output by feedback network input. Okay. So here from the circuit or in our circuit, what is the feedback network? From our circuit, what is the feedback network? So here we have circuit. So this is the feedback network and this is the basic amplifier. Okay. So from the to this feedback network, this is the output. That means output from this terminal is given as input to this feedback network, and this is the output from this feedback. Okay. So that this is the input point, this is the output point. Okay, let us consider this is VF of S. Input, sorry, V naught of S. Output of basic amplifier is given as input to the feedback network. Let it be V naught of S. Okay, and the output from the feedback network is considered as VF of S. That means the voltage at this point is VF of S. The voltage at this point is V naught of S. Okay, so normally it is grounded. So it is grounded. Just remember that point. So this terminal is grounded. So this is the lead lag network. This is the lead lag network. And for the feedback network, input is V naught of S and output is VF of S. Okay. So then what is beta? So here in simply we can say that. Simply we can say that here this is the lead lag network. This is the voltage divider network. Okay. So this is the point. This is the input point for the feedback network. This is the output point for the feedback network. Okay. And this is normally ground. And if you consider the lead lag network means R1 C1 and R2 C2 only. R1 C1 are in series and R2 C2 are in parallel. Okay. And here the voltage is V naught of S. The voltage at this point is V naught of S, and the voltage at this point is middle voltage between these two terminals. This is the output of feedback network. Okay, so let it be VF of S. That is, it is VF of S. It is V naught of S. It is VF of S. The voltage at this point is input voltage for the feedback network. That is V naught of S, and the voltage at this point is output voltage for the feedback network. That is VF of S. Okay, and so here R1 C1, R2 C2. This is the lead lag network. So this is the bridge. Already we know the bridge is balanced. Let us consider the bridge is balanced. Like, depending on the PQRS values, we are taking the condition. That is P by Q is equal to R by S, and we are analyzing the frequency of oscillation. And next, for the feedback voltage, VF of S is equal to V naught of S into R parallel 1 by SC R plus 1 by SC plus R parallel. So from this equation, let us consider. So this is VF, this is V naught of S. This is VF of S. Okay. And this is the initial voltage. This is the middle voltage. And we have two impedances. Like this one is one impedance, this one is second impedance. And let it be all resistances all that means here we are considering R1, R2, R3 as R, C1, C2 as C. That means all the resistances are same and all the capacitances are same. That is, in place of C1 and C2 we can put C. In place of R1, R2 and R3 we can put R. Okay. So here what is voltage divider rule? If we have two voltages, V1 as the initial voltage, V2 as the middle voltage, and the voltage is divided between two resistances or impedances like R1 and R2, then the middle voltage V2 is equal to initial voltage V1 into opposite resistance R2 by total resistance, that is R1 plus R2. We know the voltage divider rule. So just apply that rule for this case also. So that is, here the initial voltage is V naught of S. Initial voltage is V naught of S. And middle voltage is VF of S. And here we have R1, here we have R. Okay, R1 is parallel combination of these two impedances. This is Z1, let it be Z1. So Z1 and Z2. Z1 is the series combination of R1 and C1. Z2 is the parallel combination of R2 and C2. Series combination means R plus 1 by j omega C. R plus 1 by j omega C, because R1 is R, C1 is C. R plus 1 by j omega C. R plus 1 by, what is j omega? J omega is S. So R plus 1 by S. The impedance at this point is R plus 1 by SC. And what is the impedance at this point? R parallel 1 by S. R parallel 1 by SC, because R2 is R, C2 is C. So from this circuit, what is V naught of S? Sorry, what is VF of S? VF of S is equal to V naught of S into, that is initial voltage V naught of S into opposite impedance, that is R parallel 1 by SC by total impedance, that is this impedance plus this impedance. This impedance is R plus 1 by SC plus this impedance, that is R parallel 1 by S. R plus 1 by SC plus R parallel 1 by S. So VF of S by V naught of S is equal to R parallel 1 by SC by R plus 1 by SC plus R parallel 1 by SC means R into 1 by SC by R plus 1 by S, because R1 and R2 by R1 plus R. Parallel combination means, so R into 1 by SC by R plus 1 by SC, same. In the numerator also, R into 1 by SC by R plus 1 by S. Okay. So denominator we have R plus 1 by SC plus R by SC plus SRC plus 1 by S. So at the denominator we are taking some else. Okay. And if you simplify the equation, so then we have R by SC into SC by 1 plus SCR by, because this term shifts to the numerator, so SC will be cancelled. And finally, at the denominator, we have our R plus 1 by SC plus R by SC into SC by 1 plus SR. Okay, this is that. Next, finally, if we simplify the equation, then we have RSC by 1 plus R square, S square, C square plus 3 into SR. So if you simplify the equation, if you simplify this equation, then we have the final equation. That is, at the numerator, we have RSC, because this term and this term will be cancelled if you take the LCM at the denominator. Okay, and we have SC LCM at the denominator, and that will be shifted to the numerator. So at the numerator we have RSC by, and then at the denominator we have 1 plus R square C square S square plus 3 into SS. Okay, substitute S is equal to J omega in this equation. Substitute S is equal to J omega in this equation. So what is J omega? So here J into omega means 2 pi. Omega means 2 pi f. So what is F? From the frequency of oscillation for the Wien-Bridge oscillator, F is equal to 1 by 2 pi r. So substitute that value. So 2 pi into 1 by 2 pi r. So 2 pi cancel. So S is equal to J by R. So S is equal to J omega means S is equal to J by R for the Wien-Bridge oscillator. So substitute this value in this equation. Substitute S is equal to J by RC in this equation. Then beta is equal to, beta means VF of S by V naught of S. Already we know for the feedback network, what is output? For the feedback network, what is output? VF of S. What is input? V naught of S. So VF of S by V naught of S means feedback network gain. That is beta. So VF of S by V naught of S means beta. Beta is equal to, we are substituting S is equal to J by RC in this equation. In this equation. That is beta equal to RSC by 1 plus R square S square C square plus 3 SRC is the derived equation. In place of S, we are putting J by RC in this equation. So RC into J by RC by 1 plus R square C square into J by RC whole square plus 3 RC into J by RC. Just we are putting J by RC in place of S. Okay. In this equation. So if you simplify the equation, RC will be cancelled. Then we have J here by 1 plus R square C square will be cancelled, and we have J square, and next plus 3 into RC cancelled, and we have J here. So that is 3C. So J by, what is J square? J square is minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So J by 3J. JJ cancel. So 1 by 3. What is beta? Beta is 1 by 3. So beta means feedback network gain. So if feedback network gain is 1 by 3, what is the basic amplifier gain? In order to satisfy the Born-Kosson criteria. So what is Born-Kosson criteria? One of the conditions in Born-Kosson criteria is magnitude of the loop gain must be unity. So the mod A beta is equal to 1. If beta is 1 by 3, to satisfy the condition, what is A value? A beta is equal to 1. If beta is 1 by 3, A becomes 3. Okay. So that is the basic amplifier gain is 3 for the Wien-Bridge oscillator. In the similar manner, the feedback network gain beta is equal to 1 by 3. So these are the values for the Wien-Bridge oscillator. So these values satisfies the Barkhausen criteria. So this is the second condition. First condition is magnitude of the loop gain is unity. That is the second condition. First condition is the phase shift around the closed loop is 360 degrees. Already from the circuit, we know we have two CE transistors. So these transistors provides the necessary phase shift. That is 360 degrees phase shift. So hence, we can say that Barkhausen criteria is satisfied for this oscillator, as well as the frequency of oscillation is f equal to 1 by 2 pairs, and the feedback network gain is 1 by 3. Basic amplifier gain is 3. So thank you.